This week on stage.
Legendary artist manager Copeland Forbes tells the story of the late, great Jimmy Cliff.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
You may be hearing for the first time.
No one, not in the world.
New York-based dancehall artist Arcane brings career update, including his best performance ever. All coming up right here on our stage. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winford Williams. We'll be right back.
On stage, so much more than entertainment.
So New York-based dancehall artist Arcane returns to our stage with a career update accompanied by Jatonda and Luke and I. All three of whom are just coming off the One Nation Reggae Tour in Sierra Leone. All right, gentlemen, welcome.
Yeah, man.
Jatonda,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Blessed.
Good to meet you.
Yes,
Arcane, welcome back,
yes,
sir.
yes,
This is like your home now.
Yeah.
I'm a Bridging. Good to meet you, Bridging. All right, sir. So, Jatonda, start with you, first of all, about this event in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And how did you get to be headliner on such a festival?
Yeah, well, it's just the power of the Most High, you know? It's like, me have a brethren in Guinea-Conakry, named Takana Zion. He's a top artist, you know?
Yes.
He invited me to a festival there named the Nimba Reggae Festival. You know, so the people from over Sierra Leone come to the festival. So when they come to the festival and they see the energy, you know? So they said, no, we need that energy across the free, you know? So that's how I really get on the show, you know? Yeah, man.
Okay, and you recruited these two gentlemen to be part of it?
Yeah, definitely. Because they said, Tony, if you know no more artists, so you can bring you there, you know what I mean? So now, I did and I pray them and said, they want to get even the youth them involved, because you know what I mean? It's them all about the youth, all about the future, you know what I mean? All about bringing everyone together. So I have a brethren now, which is Arcane father.
Yes.
You know, I'm a brethren from Asian time, you know, and true, you know, Arcane love the energy from a baby, you know? So I just give him a link and I just say it work, everything just works smooth.
Yes. This is the show that Christopher Martin was on.
Yeah.
And fell off stage.
Yeah.
So did you guys experience that? Or were you able to see what happened?
You know, right after me, Christopher Martin work, you know, just as me finished. So when time him a work, as him go on there, then I watch a little performance and them come for me to go and do like some interview and take picture of the people, you know. So it's like, we never really see when him fell off, but we know so there was a shot, like the light chip out, you know what I mean, the current go away. And then, you know, but there only I just take some picture and then after I heard that happen. But we never really see. I never really get to see. But, you know, the people, I'm really sorry about it, you know. Yeah, man.
So was he able to, how did that affect his performance?
I want to say, he might go on good, you know, because I tell you, say, the man, about 5 true songs him do already.
Yes, and he was doing well.
Well,
Yeah,
great, the
he
whole
was doing
place a
well.
rock. The
Yeah,
man
man.
have the whole place a sing.
Yeah, man.
You see me, and then the light chip away. And like after that, them said that's what happened, you know? So him there, I yell at the people, and so maybe he might yell at the people and to the joy. I'm going to make a one step, you know, and that happened, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I never saw him fell, but I get a overstanding to the reaction of the people that something happened.
Okay.
Because in that time, as Thunder said, it was going on great. So just imagine you felt in that moment, at that moment. First thing you're going to hear, whoa, 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 you understand? People was very surprised.
And Arcane, did you get to see it?
I didn't witness it. I was backstage as well with the fans, the VIP fans. They were taking pictures and whatnot because my performance was shortly before Jatonda. It was Queen Africa. Me, Queen Africa, then Jatonda. So I was also doing like press work and taking pictures as well. But I did hear an uproar in the crowd, but I didn't know what it was. You know, it was shortly after that they told us that Chris had dropped in the stage. So, you know, I wanted to get an opportunity because they were taking us on tours together.
Yes.
So after that, I didn't see him. I wanted to get an opportunity to see him to, you know, bless him up, make sure he was well. But I didn't see him after as well. But, you know, I hope he's well now or recovering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I must
Speedy
say
recovery, my
speedy
brother. Yeah,
recovery.
Man. More blessing.
Christopher Martin. Yeah, man. Speedily recovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Speedy
Chris, you heard it.
More life, health, and strength,
know,
my brother.
I'm saying the same.
I'm very sorry about
Speedy
it.
recovery, my friend, and continue your good work. I hope soon you can go back to work.
Yeah,
Yeah?
for real.
Because you're one of them that
100%.
we think can take us to where we really want to get, Chris.
Same, sir.
And big up Africa, big up Caesar Kalanji.
Kalanji, yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
And
man.
big up all the artists that work, everyone.
man. Yes,
work
sir.
Yeah, man.
great.
Everyone do great, you know?
It was a great
Greatness.
time, yeah. Big up One Nation Reggae Festival again.
There.
Yeah, man. Sierra Leone, man, is just like Jamaica, man. And
Yeah.
them speak English fluently, too.
Man, it was very eye-opening, you know. It showed me the power of reggae and dancehall worldwide. Because, you know, when you're in one area, the West, doing dancehall, you know, between New York and Jamaica is one thing. But when you go there and you see how reggae music, dancehall music is received, it opens your eyes to a broader perspective on music. So, yeah, man, it was truly... And you never know who is listening to what at what time. Because when I got there, although Jatonda bring me on, as soon as I reached, the youth, them, tycoon. So it's like the music I was doing, they already know about a lot of it, you know. So it was a great exposure and a eye-opening, you know, experience.
And yours? Your experience was?
It was adorable, and it was one of my greatest experience. And I give thanks for the opportunity. Give thanks for Thunder, you know. Yeah, man. So I get a lot, you know, to widen my vocabulary,
Yes.
and it also increased my knowledge.
The demand for the music, the consumption of our music, reggae, dancehall music, how would you describe that?
Well, it's the art of the people. It's
Yes.
the love of the people. It's the joy of the people.
Yes.
Without the music, it's like that. Them can't do nothing. Because even Sierra Leone is a place to go through a terrible tribal already, you know, where you have war. You know what I mean? And the music bring them together. Right now, the festival here, One Nation, it'll bring everybody together right now. Like bring back the unity, the love, the joy, building back the country.
Yes.
Yeah, man, the music. And the music.
People gravitate to the music 100%. You know? And that is the greatest thing about the people. Them easily gravitate to what we have to say, you know?
Do you think we have paid enough attention to that market to see?
Well, I
what they
think
want?
we should pay more attention.
The branding
Yes.
on your shirt,
Yeah, One Nation reggae.
One Nation
festival.
reggae. It is the flag is part of it.
Yes,
Is it?
yes.
Jamaica's flag.
Yes, that's how them love Jamaica. That's how them see Jamaica. Part
Yes.
of them. Yeah.
And you were saying something about them talking patois.
Patois,
Patois.
just like
Straight patois language.
Straight patois
Straight
like
patois.
way.
Yes.
although they speak 16 other different language,
Yes.
but they gravitate to patois easily.
Yes.
Over there, the start how you talk here, so.
Yes, same way,
same
same way. Like
Same
in
way.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
And
everything.
them
pick it up,
They
yeah.
pick up everything he has said.
Everything.
They have their
They
own Creole.
also know proper English.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
also speak proper English, but them know the patois. And the people them loving, them caring, loving, and you know,
Yeah, you can feel that love
you
there.
can feel them. You can,
Yeah.
I know, there's a lot of things to talk
The
about.
place is
these
undeniable,
people.
man. With the beach, the
Yeah.
food. May I tell you, you don't miss Jamaica when they're Sierra Leone.
The infrastructure,
It's home.
yeah, you know, everything copacetic.
Boy, it's so good to hear that, and it's so good to see that all of that market, all of that, those people are out there for us. It's like our people. And I kept saying to artists all the while here on this set that they should speak to the continent when they write, when they produce music. They must see in their mind's eye the continent of Africa. That's where our numbers are.
Yeah.
Those numbers that are now being used to blow people into superstars are down in Africa. Reggae and dancehall need to pay more attention deliberately and directly to the continent.
Yeah, man, because you see the struggle the people in face when we sing, you know, them can relate to it just like we see them, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that is reggae music, you know. It's all about upliftment, strength, you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, man, so we need to do more of that with artists, them.
Yeah, one thing I'm doing too, I'm calling on all of the younger artists, especially now the Gen Z, because
Yes.
when I went out there, they told me it was like almost like a present or a gift to them to see a younger reggae dancehall artist really still from the lineage of Jatonda, you know, Sizzla, Queen Africa, but still with that same passion, but you know, a younger face, because it's a representation for them, because they respect the older artists, but
Yes.
you know, they want somebody to represent them from Jamaica. So all the younger artists, I'm calling them to say, look at Africa, as you said, as a continent, and talk to them through your music.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
don't just talk for one place, talk to the world. Yeah.
Absolutely, my friend. That is something I've been
They
saying to
awaited
them.
us.
That's where your numbers are naturally at.
Yes.
You don't have to fight for numbers there. You don't have
No,
to speak
not
another
right.
language to get them
Exactly.
to respect and to consume your music.
Got to connect with everything.
Yeah, that's
everything. Because
And-
it's the same culture. When you go there and you spend time, you realize it's the same. Almost, I know, me going to Africa, I don't feel like I went to Africa. I felt like I was in Jamaica the whole time I was in Sierra Leone. The whole time.
All
That's
I
what I
can
mean.
say,
Yeah.
all I can say to my Jamaican people, the least chance you get to go to Africa, go for yourself and get the experience, and
Yeah.
you will see what I'm really saying.
That love,
yeah,
that love
that's
for
what we receive.
for
yeah.
what you have been, who you are,
Yeah.
and how you have treated, and we want to see more. The man that must sing in your mind's eye when you write should be the whole continent. You're writing for them. Maybe if you forget about Jamaica a little bit. And in fact,
No, the artists them need to pre Africa and them only pre America and England and some place, but them not pre Africa.
and Europe and them
And
places.
Europe,
Everybody
yeah.
target those markets, those
Yeah.
it's so-called mainstream markets.
Yeah.
Mainstream, that's what they were taught. But when you go to Africa, you see the real riches, the real luxury. So everything is there.
That's
From
it.
you sing for them, you have to get the receive
Yeah.
welcome.
That is how Afrobeat became so big in the Western Hemisphere, because they have the numbers behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get the numbers in social, you know. Any artist in Nigeria and so on,
Ghana,
they
yeah.
just get a lot of numbers that just push down the world. And
Yeah.
we're here, guys. We're here on your turf
First priority.
with big numbers of human beings behind them. Everybody around now to get involved in Afrobeat, because the brands that they want to sell
Yeah.
to Africans or whomever else, because the music will blow up the world. You know Afrobeat?
Yeah, man.
They wanted, those brands now are sponsoring the shows, spending money on shows and lift Africa's music, Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Reggae and dancehall, for some reason, boy, we're not, I don't think we're moving in, I don't know, something we're not doing right.
I see a slow climbing trajectory though, because
Yes.
as I said, I witnessed it. When you go out there, the festival at its capacity had about 15,000 people, right? And there were other artists from other places as well. But when the Jamaican artists come on, I'm telling you, when I went on the stage, man, it was like flaming, you know? So they're waiting for it. It's not like it's not there. And you see reggae and dancehall climbing on a slow trajectory. It's just the guidance and for them to go to those countries and really see the opportunities that are there for them. And in no time, reggae and dancehall will be back on top, man. Yeah.
Well, we have.
Yeah, and also I want to big up the Minister of Tourism in Sierra Leone, because she made it happen, Nabila Tunis. Yeah, she's going to be in Jamaica
Yeah,
soon.
man, big
so.
up yourself,
Yeah,
Nabila.
man, Nabila. We have to
Yeah,
her up.
Big up
yeah.
yourself, Empress Nabila.
Yeah, man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, she's a gem, you know.
Yeah,
Flesh.
man.
Yeah, man.
She's a
Living
masterpiece.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Yes. She makes
Yes,
all
sir.
things possible.
That
For us.
sounds so good. All right. So, Arcane, now, just to give us an update, and this is part of it. This particular, this is probably your biggest event outside of the US.
Yeah, man. It's my first time in Africa.
Yes.
And yeah, biggest performance I've done up to date.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So go on now and tell us more about what happened since we last spoke for your career.
Well, since then, as I said, my eyes have really been open as to, the opportunities in dancehall and reggae. Going to Africa, and as I said, Thunder, bring me on the show. They said they want some young artists. But as soon as I arrived, people are already there who said they've been listening to me. I've been doing music about 2 years now. They've said they've been listening to me a year, 6 months, a lot of younger artists, and they said they're glad to see a young face representing dancehall and reggae. So, and I used to do just dancehall, but they love One Drop out there too, and I have a couple reggae songs, but I'm gonna expand my catalog too. Kind of like my influences, Sizzla and Capleton, I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So they have half hits dancehall, half hits reggae. So anywhere they go in the world, they get received well.
Wow.
Cause One Drop, they love dancehall in Africa, but One Drop is really what they love.
Yes.
So yeah, we just want to be a young ambassador, global ambassador for dancehall and reggae.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else happened since in terms of recordings and so on with you?
Yeah, man, recordings. We have the new EP, the follow-up from the last EP, which was Limerence. The new one is coming, Tycoon Love, next Valentine's Day. We also have a tribute song, because we were well received, named Sweet Salon. So it's dedicated to, Sierra Leone, especially the ladies in Sierra Leone, because it's really them. It was mostly women in the festival too. And, they really loved the performance. And
Mostly women?
the fashion and the energy. Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, we have a song dedicated to them coming soon as well. Yeah.
Okay. So you have the girls locked in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
No, that's the place to go, my friend. From you win the women, you win everybody.
Women it's them run music. They're the biggest fans and consumers of music.
Of course,
so, yeah.
women.
Once you cater them,
Anything
cater
them
to them,
attend, men automatically. Men have the heart happening. Okay, Bridget, so your career now, talk about yours for us.
Yeah, well, Jaton always around, always doing it, because Jaton always be on the road with Capleton, I want to shout out, hail up the King of Fire, Yeah, man, from them times, so we always keep doing it and keep moving, so we go places and places, so we just keep it burning. So right now, set it one way which part Jaton can go there, so go burn on fire and go there, and forward in, so we just go do your work, and give thanks. Yeah, man.
All right. And you, sir?
Yes, I also have a new EP called Free Your People. There's a couple songs that I sang off there on the concert and the One Nation Festival. And this is the EP that I'm working on now. Free Your People, produced by Alfonso Ensowood and the Montego Records label.
Okay.
So it's Luke and I, Free Your People. You can get
Go
it
find
on
it.
every.
They
you
can find it
on
online.
every platform, the regular platform, YouTube, etc., etc.
Ambassadors. Oh,
Yeah.
it's rare, Even look at young Arcane ambassador, you can't stop it.
No, can't stop.
Arcane, you can't stop
God, man,
it.
born the 23rd of July, His Majesty birthday,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so I know a normal seed in the earth, man, you see me?
Same.
So you don't know anywhere the strength, that's our blessing to give you strength, you know what I mean, from our born. You see me, because from our born, we get strength, see me, so I saw we have to pass it on, So I saw the blessing go. All who know Jaton and know, say I saw him stay, I saw him live.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And Arcane, you have a new project, right? A new...
Yeah, the new single is coming out soon. Yeah.
Yes. But aren't you supposed to perform it for us on our
Yeah,
stage?
man, of course. Yeah,
Right,
that's
so
what I'm
you'll
gonna
be
do.
performing for us shortly. And we look forward to that, my friend. And I just want to say to you that, just keep the focus where you have it right now, my friend. You're on the right path
Yeah, man.
with your music, because sometimes we Jamaicans tend to just focus on one little crowd where if they give you some love, you think so that's all they need, and that's most important to you. But you guys are spreading it wide and far, finding favor with people of like minds and the people who automatically love our music.
Sure.
The people out of whom we came, Africa.
Yes, sir.
And this is how we should go first
Yeah,
and
man,
think
that's the
of first
focus,
and be in our mind's eye when we're right.
Yeah,
Yes,
as I
I
said,
believe.
it's truly a blessing
And
to grace
following
this
further, the
stage.
people them love the culture. They love the culture music.
Yes.
They gravitate to that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the foundation. And I mean, when everybody else around and do other things, Africa not switch.
No.
Africa
Never.
hasn't really switched, you know, even to
they
trap
stay
dance all
focused.
or these things, they're not,
Yeah,
they
totally not.
remain
man.
focused.
They know the real thing.
Yes, man. Because it's them we get it from.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That me don't go tell us, you see the drum,
course.
Africa it come
Yeah, the
from. So
root.
everyone drop a play around here from them time with drum and Africa.
Yeah.
So Africa like at the base of reggae music, see me?
course.
You
The
know what I mean?
foundation.
So
Yes.
it's there.
Yeah.
Man.
That is in us to receive.
Yeah.
It's like you're connecting to your own roots.
Yeah,
When
man.
those drum and bass start play, everybody have to get
Everybody have
the
to move.
connection.
Grounded.
We even know them things there. I start
Yeah.
run down some things where we see in the West. I run down glamour and
Yeah,
thing.
can't give you no life.
No,
Can't
no.
give you no vibration, no good vibration.
Yeah.
You see?
But we are bring the joy same way now in for on a Barbican, you know. The same thing.
The 17th of December, yeah, we have a Hurricane Melissa fundraising event. It's called Tycoon and Friends. Jatonda's going to be on it, Luke and I, Arcane as well. All the
Okay,
proceeds
Both of
are
us.
going towards, you know, Hurricane Melissa initiative
Yeah,
and
man.
relief. It's going to be kept at Dulce Lounge in Barbican, December 17th. So
Okay.
I want everybody forward out and
22
enjoy the
Barbican
joy.
Road.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
support.
So
For a
you're not
cause.
going back to New York now then?
No, no time soon. Yeah, for a while.
You're living, you're at home.
Yeah, for a while.
There's a man here, you know. But he's 100% Jamaican in the US.
Yeah.
And where's hip hop in your music now? You still doing that?
What do you say?
Hip hop.
Hip hop. No, man, you know, Seb, the modern dancehall style right now is heavily influenced by hip hop, you know.
Yes.
So it's not like we completely give up on it. We're just saying we see a broader perspective. And, you know, we have fans in Jamaica and fans who enjoy what you would call trap dancehall or modern dancehall. So we still do it, but we're more immersed, fully immersed in reggae as well. Because I said, you can have a full catalog as Buju, Capital, and Sizzler, three artists that I see. They have a full catalog of dancehall hits and a full catalog of reggae hits. So I want to follow that path as well. You know? Yeah.
Well, my friend, we love what we're hearing here
Yeah.
on our stage. And I want to thank you, gentlemen, for this conversation. We have a man who's also on our show this week, the one Copeland Forbes, who went out with the legendary Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, man,
All
we are
over
say
the
big up
world.
Father Copeland, man. We are say,
man,
man,
big up
God
Father
bless him.
Copeland.
Yes.
Set it fair and
And condolence to Father Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
up
man.
that Jimmy Cliff.
Long
So
live.
he was talking a little bit about us, about his work with the great man,
Zion, you know.
right here on our stage today. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming here, sir.
Yeah, man, I bless it and want to bless up the whole team, you know.
Pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, Tana, they're the same as an empress who I see that's everything together, you know. Who want big her up, you know what I mean? Strike goal, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, and the whole David House, Papin, Tavern, Kentire, Hope Flat, yeah, man, and Casha Park, Rasta Park.
Me I say big up Johnny, man, whole David House. And me I say big up King Shango. And me I say big up the One Love, One Nation.
See that? One
Reggae
nation,
festival.
reggae fest.
Every time,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
One Africa.
One love, one vibes, one rhythm. And I must say, big up yourself, Mr. Winford.
Yeah.
Let's go,
It's
man.
more than a
Man,
pleasure.
brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you know.
One rhythm, Bridget.
Yeah, yeah, man. Bless it.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
respect.
Big up
Well,
Tony.
Arcane, you're not going nowhere now. You're going to perform for
Yeah,
Yeah,
us.
man,
right?
we're ready to perform, man.
Yes, man. So we're going to leave the stage now to you, sir, to give us that performance.
Tycoon on stage, dedicated to Sierra Leone. No need nada, love the woman God for you. I'm in no one, not another if I'm not for you. Pretty full of girl on the world, empress till you say you need a lady from Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, no Sierra Leone. coon coming back to you. Yeah, what a way me go lock to you. Skin smooth and black, me and chat to you. So anyway in the world when me them still have to go come back to you. Yeah. No need another loving woman God for you. And me no want not another if I not for you. Pretty full of girl run the world. Embrace you so you need a lady from Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, oh Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, yeah, from Salone.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Blessed love. Yes, sir. So that's the title of that song, Sierra Leone.
The title of the song is Sweet Saloon. Yeah, because they're like how we would have said Jamaica nice, them say saloon sweet. Yeah, so we just flip it and say Sweet Saloon. Yeah,
Nice. So remind them of where they can find your records.
Yeah, man, it's coming out soon. It's going to be on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Audiomack, everything. Yeah, man, Sweet Saloon, Arcane music, yeah.
Arcane, sir, thank you so much.
Once again, yeah, man.
So good to have you, sir. I'm sure you'll be coming back for more soon.
Yeah, man, of course.
Because you're ascending.
Yeah.
It's growing, yeah?
Straight to the top.
Okay, straight to the top. All right, and stay with us, still to come. Wow, we'll be celebrating the legendary Jimmy Cliff. And guess who will be here? Copeland Forbes, former manager. You don't want to miss what he has to say about the great one. We'll be back.
On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Legendary artist manager Copeland Forbes comes to our stage in memory of one of our greatest artists. We're talking about the late, great Jimmy Cliff, O.M. Here he is, Copeland Forbes. Sir Copeland, thank you, sir.
It's nice to have me back at home.
Oh, you're now like a co-host here.
The more I'm connected to my cell phone, the more I'm disconnected from my home.
Start by telling us when it was. What year did you start working with Jimmy?
Well, actually, I started in 1980 in May, right? Don Taylor was the manager then, right? But he had some problems with some people in Jamaica, and he didn't want to come down here. So I was recruited now to take up the mantle and to deal with it. So I was the tour manager and the road manager. So I had to come down to Jamaica. I actually lived at Jimmy Cliff's house at Lady Musgrave to organize the band, getting visas and rehearsals and looking about everything, because besides going to South Africa, which was my first venture, we were leaving from South Africa to go to Brazil. This was 1980 in May, and South Africa was our first venture. The point is now, it was right in the era of the apartheid, you know, and Nelson Mandela was still in prison at the time. But we were going for a black promoter and we were going to be performing in Soweto. So it wasn't a segregated audience like what, you know, you heard people were talking about and paying big money and all that stuff. So we arrived there, and it was a very good reception, you know, and Jimmy, before the concert date, went over to Soweto to hang out with the people and meet and greet. And that day of the concert was a historic day, you know. I mean, you see to the video where when the bus arrived at the stadium, people were jumping on the bus, shouting, Jimmy, Jimmy, you know. So when I alighted to go and meet the promoter, all the soldiers and the security forces were shocked because Jimmy was the first artist that brought in camouflage and the army look, you know, from 1980. So everybody was dressed in that outfit, even the crew. So when I stepped off the bus now to go make sure everything is fine, the soldiers were shocked. They were talking in some language named Kosar and different languages. And then I didn't know, and the promoter said, oh my God, I didn't realize to tell you guys that it's illegal to wear camouflage thing in South Africa. You can go to prison. You know, we didn't.
You're up to war.
Yeah, you know. Nevertheless, we got by, and at that point, the guy in charge of the army sent the soldiers on stage to surround the stage. And they were standing right there with their guns in hands, and the people started throwing rocks, them throw them shoes. I see Coca-Cola bottle, big about this, coming.
So who were they stoning?
They stoning the soldiers. They didn't want to see the soldiers on stage at all.
Okay.
Right? So I said to the guy in charge, listen, you have to get them down. And he said, no, orders from headquarters. They must stay up there. And he was arguing with me, and a bottle came flying through the air and hit him right across his face. You know, and he fell to the ground, you know. And then he started talking in this language again, you know, and then he signaled to them to come down. It's a sign that's
a peace sign?
Yes, it's a peace sign with a fist up and a barbed wire through it.
And you knew this and used it and it worked for you?
Yes, I used it and it worked because I was able to talk to the folks to tell them, stop throwing the bottles, we're going to clean the stage and get Jimmy going. And they said, Ray. And then the show went on, and it was one of the most exciting shows I've ever seen. See, and the authorities was shocked. It brought the people them together. You have blacks, white, Indians, and another Indian and Kosar, they call it, holding hands together, dancing around, you know, and the authorities had never seen that before. You know, and then there was a guy who jumped up on stage when Jimmy was singing No Woman No Cry. Because, you know, Jimmy had a version that he recorded and it sold over 1 million copies in South Africa, you know, and he jumped up on stage.
No Woman No Cry, the Bob Marley.
The Bob Marley, No Woman No Cry, you know. It's a big hit down there for Jimmy, you know, and they come up and kissing his feet and all that stuff, you know, you see it on the video. And it was a very exciting thing for us, you know, and one of the things I realized is that the next day we go around town walking around, we didn't know that we were being watched and followed. Because every time we go into a store or we go down a road, we see the same set of people, like they're reading paper on the corner. And I said to them guys, that's the same guy we see up the road there, and he's there and there and there. And then when we went into a park and the people gathered around to take pictures with Jimmy, soldiers came down and break it up. They said it's not allowed for more than 5 or something like that, because black and whites were together getting autograph, you know. So it was a great experience for us on that first trip. You know, we played Soweto, we played Durban, and we played Cape Town. You know, and the day before the concert in Cape Town, we went up into a mountain in Table Mountain.
But wasn't reggae banned in South Africa during apartheid?
Well, it wasn't really banned. Certain songs. Certain songs were banned, like Peter Tosh, you know, Fight Against Apartheid, and a lot of those strong cultural songs was banned during that time. But for some reason, Virgin had an outlet. You couldn't take money out then, but I think he was just storing it there, so when things change, he can set up a big outfit there. Because Richard Branson was a very smart guy, you know, and I met him in 1976. One of the other things about that trip, you know, he was banned afterwards, you know, right, for about 4 or 5 years, right?
From South Africa?
Yeah, he was banned by the United Nations and the ANC, I think it was. But I think it was Miss Grange and the Prime Minister then who fought for it. And when they looked at our records to see we went for a black promoter, it wasn't the segregated audience, then they lifted the ban. And in 1985, you can remember Jimmy was part of that anti-apartheid song. that they made and so on. So, you know, it was a good experience for us. You know.
Okay, so that's your kickoff tour.
Yeah, that was my kickoff tour with him.
Jimmy.
But the first one.
As as manager and tour
No,
manager.
at that time I was the tour manager.
Tour manager at that
Yeah,
time.
right.
Okay.
After that, now we head straight to Brazil, right? And we were touring in Brazil with Gilberto Gil, who now recently became the culture minister down there, you know. And Jimmy drew 56,000 people in Bahia, Salvador, you know. So he was very big down there, you know, because remember that song, Wonderful World, Beautiful People, was inspired when he first went there in 1968. So we went on that tour too. So same year, that was my initial working stage with him. And I realized I was working with a great artist, you know, and a great musical ambassador that we have many other places to go to, you know. The next one
Yes.
that was most important is when we were going to Cuba. Now, Jamaica had just broken off diplomatic ties with Cuba. And we were scheduled to go to do the Varadero Festival, which is on the north side, and another festival in Havana. And Mutabaruka was with us on that tour too, you know, as China brought him to be a little opening act for us, you know. And we didn't know what we were going to do, because we can't go to a communist country without any diplomatic affiliation. Anything happened to us, we're on our own. So Jimmy suggested that I should speak to the Prime Minister and get some advice from him. So I called up Miss Grange and I spoke to her. She was the closest one to him, to the Prime Minister then was Mr. Edward Seaga. Yeah. And after 2 days of waiting, bags packed at Jimmy's house, everybody waiting to head to Cuba, then the phone rang, Newton, his nephew, answered the phone, everybody gathered around, and Miss Grange said, okay, are you all ready for this? Everybody was optimistic to get a great answer. She said, well, the Prime Minister says he's not going to tell you all to go, and he's not going to tell us not to go.
Yes.
So that left us like in no man's land, because we don't know what to do. And I remember Jimmy turned to me and said, listen, you remember in the movie Harder They Come, I was swimming to catch a boat to go to Cuba when the movie was ending, and the boat left me. Well, this boat not leaving us. We're going. You know?
Okay.
So we decided to go.
Yes. And what happened?
Yeah, no, at that time we had a Russian plane was coming here, Aeroflot, if you can remember. It lead from Russia to Luxembourg to Havana, Jamaica, and go back the same route. So we were scheduled to go on it down to Cuba. But that flight only come once a week.
Yes.
So when we finish our concert, we have to sit down and wait for days to come back. So the promoter came up with an idea to get a chartered plane. Right, I have a picture with the chartered plane and everybody inside the plane. But guess what happened now? We can't refuel in Jamaica because we have no diplomatic ties. So he has to find a plane that can take us to Jamaica and back to Cuba without refueling. So the strategic move that was made now is that he had to fly to the point of Cuba that is closest to Jamaica and refuel. And then fly over to Jamaica, drop us off, come back to that point, refuel, and then come back to Havana.
So how did he do in Cuba?
In Cuba, surprisingly, you know, a lot of people ask me, then how did he get paid? You know, because, I mean, Cuban pesos is nothing but ways and means as a businessman in the business. So what we did, we struck a deal with a travel agent in Cuba, right? So when we're going to Europe, right, they just do the travel arrangement for us, right? And we just fly straight through Cuba and go to Europe. So that was a way of, you know, of coming. But the shows were well attended. Yes, in 1982, the National Football League used Jimmy's song, The Harder They Come, as their theme song.
That's the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL, as their theme song. So they were having a big convention in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And they called for us to come down and do a performance there because Jimmy's song meant a lot to them. And it was one of the fastest visa I ever get, you know. Nobody never have to go do an interview.
Yes.
You know, guys coming from, it was Jim Brown himself who was the president of that Players Association, did all the contacts. And it was great, you know, I mean, Jimmy did a wonderful performance, and a lot of the football players, them, especially the wide receivers, them, you know.
Did you guys take one side of the competition?
No.
One team. Were you backing a team?
No, we weren't backing a team. They just, it's sung, the harder they come, the harder they fall.
Yes, so that
You know,
fits,
if you look at the American football, when they're rushing people hard and hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So is it that he was on one side of
No, he was not no side at all. We never know much about
So
American
everybody
football.
uses
Everybody
welcome
wants
this
to use
up.
so they want to see the man who created this song perform it on stage.
Okay.
So it was a great thing for us, you know. You're meeting all of the football stars, them, you know,
Yes.
Roger Staubach and all these people now, you know. Frank Tarkenton, you know, who used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. And so I met all of these people, you know, which was a great opportunity for us as Jamaicans, you know.
And that was playing out right across the U.S.
Yes, they were using that song as their theme song to motivate when they're training.
Yeah. And Jimmy's world reach, it's like we don't really talk a lot about that, do we?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you know, he has broken down many barriers, you know, so to speak, you know, and he suffered a lot too. I know you must have heard about that incident in Nigeria, you know, where he was arrested, you know, for defending his own rights. You know, this guy claimed that he spoke to him in London about doing a show in Nigeria. Jimmy has never been to Nigeria, you know, but he was very big in Africa. Because he has been going to Africa from in the 70s, you know. And now Jimmy went for a promoter who had contracts with him and everything. And when he went to Nigeria, he got a welcome like what the Beatles got when they went to New York, you know. And then a few days later, the guy filed a suit, and they came to the hotel and arrested Jimmy and put him in jail. And he made a song from it, you know. I don't know if you ever heard that, so they call it The News. It says, have you heard the news? I was in Africa, down in Nigeria. Oh, they threw me in jail. It was one hell getting bail, you know, that song. It's out now, people can Google it. And he was
How
out
long was he in jail for?
3 days.
Okay.
3 days, you know. And he came out and he became bigger in Nigeria. Cause he went and spent time with fella Kuti and all those big guys over there, you know, that we love Jamaican music. But one of the good things that people should realize about Jimmy, you know, it was Jimmy's exit from Island Records in 1972 that created an entry for Bob Marley and the Wailers to sign with Island Records.
Oh.
Yeah, when Jimmy left the label to go to, I think it was EMI or one of them, I can't remember.
Yes.
So it was a vacant there, and just as the Wailers finished their tour with Johnny Nash in England and was left stranded, and the road manager, Brent, took them over to meet Chris. Chris wanted an act there because Jimmy had left, and he signed the Wailers there. So Jimmy's exit made an entrance for Bob Marley and the Wailers for Ireland. So, you know, a lot of people don't know some of these things. You know. Jimmy has done so much things.
All right, Copeland, let's just take a little pause here. And when we come back, you're going to take us to places we have never been before. Right here on our stage. We'll be back.
Hey, Mr. Big Shot, wearing your mad cap. Hey, better come right down here and bow down.
On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Scandalize
living in New York in the early 70s when I was dancing on Soul Train. Jimmy came into New York at a place named Downing Stadium and sold out Downing Stadium. You know, him and Arqane was together those times. He sold out Carnegie Hall, the first Jamaican beside Arabella Fonte, you know, Carnegie Hall. So he was really, you know, the movie itself, you know, was a great thing for him in Jamaica, you know, and that's what I was proud of, to working with him. And then in the same 1982 now, when I was working with Jimmy and working with Peter Tosh at the same time, along with Danny Sims, this idea came up for us to do a co-head tour. Now, a lot of people said it will never work to have Jimmy Cliff and Peter Tosh together on a tour because one's a Rastafari and one's a Muslim. And Danny Sims said to me, are you telling me, Copeland, that two black brothers can't work together in love and unity? We're going to show the world that it can. You know, so Jimmy's house at Lady Musgrave Road was like the headquarters now when we were planning this tour, you know. And we brought in a seamstress from New York named Sequoia, who is Asedanaka's mother, right? Bonnie Whaler's, you know, mother, right? To make outfits and clothes for the band and both bands. And the two groups went out and toured together as a co-headliner. Terminated at the World Music Festival in Montego Bay, where both acts were on the bill together. And that same year now, Peter, Jimmy, and Bonnie Whaler performed on Youth Consciousness together.
Okay.
And this was Bonnie Whaler's first solo show named Youth Consciousness at the stadium on December 25th. Where the major acts were Jimmy Cliff, Peter Tosh, and Bonnie Whaler, along with Marcia Griffiths and Judy Mowatt. We have done so much for the music and the culture and the brand and the country that I don't even know if our people realize, you know, the work, you know, that these entertainers has done. And that's why in this recent devastation, I was so happy when I see all the entertainers just jump. They didn't wait. Everybody has jumped on board and start to help out and do the work. I remember 1988, I took the Sunsplash tour on an African tour. When I was leaving here, the Minister of Health called me into a meeting and said to me that I'm going to Africa with over 100 people, you know, and they don't want an epidemic. So when I go home the night, them drop off 10,000 condoms at my house. You know, seriously, you know.
10,000 protection.
I don't know what was the person. Now, how do you explain to your people now that you're going on a tour with 10,000 condoms, you know? Because that tour at Burning Spear, Chalice, Lion, Robbie, Yellowman, Judy Mowatt, you, Roy, you know, wow. Koch, you know, so it was a big tour. Jimmy is one of the first Jamaican artists that's been going to Africa from early in the 70s, you know, and he opened lots of gates for many reggae artists. Burning Spear is like king over there. Culture, the same thing. You know, you'll be surprised. You, Roy, oh my gosh. You know, it's unbelievable.
Daddy Roy.
Yeah, very, very big in Africa. Nigeria, oh, Jesus have mercy. I mean, Tommy Cowan made himself known over there as Mr. Yes Indeed. And my gosh, you know, he couldn't walk the streets of Nigeria, you know.
Right. The family now, have you gotten any feedback from Jimmy's family? And how
well, you know, Jimmy had 18 children that I know of, right? You know, the funeral is going to be on December 17 at the National Indoor Sports Arena in Kingston, and I think it's being hosted by the government, who has decided to give him an official funeral, right? And it should be something very good because a lot of people don't know much about Jimmy Cliff, you know. A lot of our people, especially the younger ones in the business, you know. So people, you know, since his passing, you know, a lot of people have been learning more about him and reading about him and all that kind of stuff, you know. So I have spoken to his brother. He has only one sibling alive now, and that's his Victor Chambers, who lives in Montego Bay. And then he has a nephew, Newton Merritt, who lives in California. I think they all be coming for the funeral. So I've been interacting with them. And Dewey, oh my God, Dewey, you know Dewey. You know, Norman Reed. He's like the right hand in everything that Jimmy's, you know. Jimmy and him was like this, you know, and he steered a lot of Jimmy's business. Him and Victor was like the key person there for years. even after I had to make my exit to concentrate on other artists, Victor and Newton, was really the two key people taking care of things. So I have to big up Victor Chambers. And Dewey, your work is done.
How many kids?
18 kids that I know of. 18 kids that I know of, I met quite a few of them mothers already over the years, Odessa is the first girl,
Odessa,
right,
yes.
And he has a daughter who is in Brazil. She was in the Black Panther movie too, and I know the rest of them, 'cause working with him and living at the house, it gives you a close proximity of everything,
Yes. Well, sir, I appreciate you sitting down with us and tell us so much. I mean, we've spoken before about this. You always have so many great stories to tell about these icons in our music. You have toured with just about everybody. With anybody.
Just about everybody. And I want to remind them, if they want to know a lot about Jimmy, right, in my book, Reggae My Life Is, there is a chapter in there that says many rivers to cross. And if they read that book and read those chapters, you will see so much important things that people never even knew about.
Yes.
Where Jimmy is concerned, So, he's going to be sadly missed. He's a great ambassador. He was the only living person with OM, But may his soul rest in peace, because he has a lot of friends in Zion that can put on another festival, if needed.
What would you consider his biggest selling, his most far-reaching song?
For me,
yes.
I love Sitting Here in Limbo. That is my song, And that showed his versatility, not just a reggae singer or an R&B singer, because Jimmy have covered every genre of music, if you was to check it back,
Yes.
Right? And remember, he's coming from the early days, when the boogie woogie days, and Hurricane Hattie and Dearest Beverly. And remember, he was the one that actually auditioned Bob when Bob walked inside the studio and heard him playing on the keyboard down at Beverly's. And Bob said, "That's so nice, And he looked around, it was Bob. And he encouraged him, and he recorded 2 songs for Beverly's record at the time. So, it's hard to pinpoint one particular song, because Jimmy have song that fits. A lot of people think that he wrote I Can See Clearly, because they say that is one of his biggest hits.
Yes.
But that was a song done by Johnny Nash. Because when I was touring with Johnny Nash, Johnny Nash created that song. I danced on that song on Soul Train in 1972, 73. But he made a big hit out of it, right? Reggae Night was produced by Cool, from Cool and the Gang, and that went into the R&B area, so to speak, And he had so many different songs that fit into all the different genres.
Many Rivers. Where is that?
Many Rivers to Cross. That song crossed many rivers. That's why I said in my book, Reggae My Life Is, that they must read that, and you're going to see the rivers that he had to cross.
Yes.
Because he really was an ambassador. And like I said, he's the first artist to really start to go to Africa from Jamaica. And he opened a lot of doors there, so to speak, So it was good, and we need to just have him in books so some of the young ones can read up and know more about him. Because they always say when somebody passed that you know much about them and things like that. But it should really be, And I encourage that for them to let the students in school know a little more about our ambassadors, people like Jimmy Cliff, what he has done. I remember his movie was running for 3 years straight in Boston at a theater. When the other day came out, and I was there seeing it over and over and over,
Well, definitely one of our greatest achievers.
I just want to say condolences to all the family, all the members of his family, and to his wife, Latifah, on behalf of the music fraternity in Jamaica, you know, and all the folks who have worked with Jimmy over the years, because quite a few of them are still here in Jamaica. China, you know, Wayne Hammond, you have Bowie, you have Hansi Collins, you have Atti, who plays here all the time too, you know, Chris McDonald, you have Glenn Brownie, you have Ruption, you know, all of these people work with Jimmy over the years. And most of all, Ernie Ranglin, right? The great Ernie Ranglin was part of Jimmy's musical journey, you know, playing with him and touring with him. So, you know, he has done a great lot for so many people, you know.
His name will stand up forever in our music. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And we just hope that all the folks will come out to the funeral, you know, and be a part of the celebration of life, you know, because it's going to be the side that Jimmy loves, you know, his music and words spoken, so to speak, you know. And I must say thanks to Minister Grange and her team, you know, for putting this thing together along with the family and the close associates of Jimmy Cliff. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Peace, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Same here to the family. And yes, may his soul rest in peace. Copeland Forbes, sir, thank you so much as usual.
Bye.
And that's it, our show for this week. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more on Stage. Thanks for watching our video. Please click subscribe and be on our stage anywhere, anytime, always.